Oh man, so they're gonna torture Elgin. I mean, is that really the way to go about things? You know, you did a damn good job, Sarah. Hey guys, it's Dan, your host, your Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another video for today. This one's going to be doing my final review for Season 3 of From. This one is for Season 3, Episode 10, titled Revelations Chapter 2. So, I guess kind of weirdly a two-part finale, even though they aired separately, of course. If you guys are not aware of what's been going on here on the channel, we have been massively catching up to From over here on the channel. Literally just about a week ago at this time, we started the show, and then here we are here at the finale with the rest of all of you guys. So, very happy to be caught up here to cap off the season with the rest of you guys, of course. We're going to be doing lots of theory videos, especially after this finale. I got a lot of videos that I want to do after this one to talk about Season 4, predictions, and where this all, could, go, and this is going to be an insane fourth season. I know that right now, which, if you are not aware, we are renewed for a fourth season, so we will be getting that as well, too. But let's just break down this finale. I have a lot of things to talk about. I have a lot of things to say, so let's not waste any more time. Let's get into it here. So, this episode delved into a lot. We had torturing, we had timeline travels, we had, what looks like a death at the end. I mean, it looks like it, and a lot of other things going on. So, yeah, no, this was insane. This episode's premise is pretty much about dealing with where, of course, Fatima is. Elgin, of course, knowing where she is, keeping her locked, in there in the cellar, and our group kind of figuring out that he's lying. And as soon as they do, it kind of gets, interesting from there, because you have Boyd in this one that kind of has enough of it. He decides that he wants to torture him to get the information because Fatima is his family, right? So he decides to grab, a bunch of tools from the shed and all this other stuff, and he's going to go in there and he's going to torture him if need be. But the thing is about Boyd is that he doesn't really have the stomach to do anything that brutal. I mean, he does, but, he's a lot more calm and collected than a lot of other people are. So, you've got him that's kind of loading the stuff up, and you've got the, the priest that shows up, and he's like, really? Is that really the way you're going to go about this, And it's crazy, because again, like, this is something that I really didn't expect to see, is a torture sequence in this, but he actually goes all out to a degree where, this happens, and I was like, oh my god. And they decide to get information. However, they're keeping it a secret from the rest of the people downstairs in this house that they're even doing this to begin with. Because if anybody else finds out, it's going to be really suspicious. And unfortunately, what goes on is that you've got Boyd that goes in there, tortures him, a little bit at least, messes up his hand a little bit and stuff, and tries to figure out where Fatima is. And, it gets pretty intense, I would say. However, he kind of takes a break and stuff like that. And then the police officer that's been there for a little while, the blonde chick, I'm still forgetting her name, but so you guys can help me out in the comments. She basically goes up the stairs and she's just like, yo, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, what is going on? He's like, we can explain. She's like, well, explain it to me then, see, this is why Boyd took away her bullets, she's massively concerned. For the first time, I can say I understand it, though. I mean, they are torturing a young man, so, I mean, there is that angle to it. I can understand why she's, kind of thrown off by this, she is very trigger happy, though, at the same time. Any excuse she'd have to blame Boyd, she would find it, you know what I mean? She just doesn't like him, by the looks of it. But, it is very intense. We've got that torture scene that goes down, and, they're realizing that they're not really getting any information out of him. This kid's pretty stubborn. So Sarah takes matters into her own hands, and I thought Sarah was admittedly kind of the MVP this episode. They're not really sure what to do. They're not really sure how to get the information out of him, and I love it. She grabs the frickin' tools, and she even says before, she's like, look, like, I met you in the church, like, you were very understanding of me, so I'm gonna make this quick. I'm gonna make this, as easy as I possibly can. But I gotta find out, what you're hiding. And she grabs the tools. You hear the screaming from downstairs. They run up the stairs to see Sarah, and you reveal that she took his damn eye out. And she's just sitting there kind of like looking at them. She's like, Fatima's in the cellar. I'm like,
fuck yeah.
I mean, honestly, man, this is why I love Sarah. This is why, right here. I know it's messed up, but she got the job done. You can't tell me she didn't. She got the job done. I've been sticking up for her since about the end of season 1. I knew that there was something valuable in there, and I think we just got that evidence right there. So she got the information when nobody else could. So, I mean, good job on her. But anyway, we've got that. We've got a few other things going on. We got Victor and his father in this one, which I thought was really crazy. They're basically kind of going over old times. He's kind of still trying to figure out how to be a father to Victor because, it's just been so many years. The relationship is very distant and stuff. He's trying to figure out, how to kind of make it up to him and stuff, And Victor kind of says, he's like, I got to show you something that may make you mad at me forever, but I got to show you something, So they end up going to the grave that he set up with as much of his mother that he could, the grave that he set up for his mother. And, of course, they're kind of standing over it and stuff. And he's just, horrified seeing this, after all these years and stuff, Victor, I just feel so bad for. I really hope, everything is going to go good with Victor and his dad going forward here. I really hope that it bonds them closer together because, obviously they lost so many years of, father-son relationship, and getting to see that they still have a chance to potentially at least have a good few years, I think is definitely something that they shouldn't waste, So hopefully that happens, and maybe he can teach Victor some things, and, Victor can teach him things, about this world and about the place that they're at, So it's pretty insane. It absolutely is really, really insane. Now, you also have a few scenes with Chrissy and her girlfriend, of course, kind of. Their plot was pretty minor, but, you have her. She's still kind of, hurting after getting her leg trapped in that trap and stuff earlier this season. And we have her that's kind of talking with her and stuff, asking her if she's okay and stuff. And she kind of reveals that she's not. I mean, ever since what happened to her and Julie and stuff like that and Randall, they haven't really been the same since, So, they're kind of dealing with stuff about that, which is crazy because, again, that was like a season ago, but, they haven't really talked about it. So I thought that stuff was really good as well, too. Chrissy's awesome. I really hope they give her a big plot next season, now that she's survived, of course. Chrissy's another character I'd really like to see more of. Yeah, she's really good. Same with Victor and his dad. I can't wait to see the connection between them as well. And then, well, you've got Jade, you've got Tabitha, and you've got, dear God, you've got Jim. So the main thing going on here is that there are things that Tabitha is acknowledging, and she tells Jim this episode that, with the kids and the bottles on the tree and the memories that she's getting, and again, memories that she's getting, that it's almost like she's been here before, you know what I mean? And that starts to get really creepy because it's like, it sounds like she's almost saying like she is Miranda. Like there's something off about that, and it's like this big reveal that they make at the end of the episode. Time travel is definitely a thing that they're putting in this because even Julie talks to Ethan in this one briefly, and she's like, when I went into that cellar, when I went into that place, it's almost like I was experiencing things that happened before. Well, what if I can experience things that happen in the future? And she's like, if I can experience things that happen in the future, maybe I can go in the future and prevent things from happening to anybody else, and maybe I can even bring a few people back, And Ethan, being the smart kid that he is like, no, you can't, Things are still going to go down the way they are. They'll just happen in a different fashion, You're not going to be able to stop what ends up happening. And, well, speaking of stopping what ends up happening, let's talk about this episode at the end, because there's a huge montage of Phantoma having this baby, quote unquote. I don't even know what the hell it is, but it's like this big ball of like red gooey something, and this monster takes it and leaves with the darn thing. And she goes underground to her people that, of course, are sleeping in the middle of the day. And these monsters are just standing around this thing. And I'm like, what the hell is this? You find out that the smiling guy that, of course, Boyd cut his throat last season, he's hiding in this thing as this baby. I don't know what the hell's going on. And he, rises up and stuff, and he just kind of, turns around and stuff and smiles at everybody. And you got Boyd that's sneaking around, and he sees this guy is still alive. He's just back in this other form. And he's just like, what the frig? He had no idea. So I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know, but Smiling Freak is back. We know that darn well. So, I mean, they obviously, I really thought Boyd killed him last season, but apparently he didn't. So, I don't know. But we got that threat going on, and then they got Phantoma back, which is awesome. That's fantastic. But at the end of the episode, we've got Jim, who runs into one of these monsters. And this guy is this older guy in this yellow suit, which I thought to be very creepy at the end. And he says to him, and this was crazy. He says, "Jim, your wife shouldn't have dug that hole. And I'm like, that's from the season 1 finale. I was like, what the hell is going on here? Like, this. So, obviously, this is the guy. This is the guy that we heard at the end of season 1. He finally comes back. But guess what? He comes back. And by the looks of it, again, it ended very abruptly. So, I can't tell whether or not it happened or not. But I'm pretty sure they just killed Jim off. I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. Because he grabs him and yanks his throat out. So I'm pretty sure, unless season 4 switches things around somehow, because, I guess they could have faked this out, but I'm pretty sure, guys, that Jim is dead. And if that's the case, I mean, I don't know what the hell to say. But see, it makes sense, because at the end of this scene, right before Jim gets killed, you have Julie that shows up, and she looks completely different. She's got the scar on her face, she's got shorter hair, she looks a little bit older. It's almost like as if she tried to time travel to save her father, but she couldn't. That's what that scene felt like to me. Is like her trying to save her dad from something that already happened. Could be wrong, could be right, but that's what that feels like to me. And if that's what that is, that's insane. I mean, that's insane, and it's almost like Jim's death is like old news, you know what I mean, at that point, which is insane. I never thought they would kill Jim off. I really didn't. I thought that Tabitha would be the one to go. I always thought that. Even Ethan, I thought would go. Honestly, I thought they may have gone like in a dark direction with it or something. I never thought they'd kill Jim off. At least until like the final season or something. I didn't expect them to do that. So, yeah, no, insane. If that is his death, and as long as that's what it is, I mean, that's insane. That's an insane conclusion to a season. I don't know what the hell to say aside from they got balls, this show, man. They really do. So, let me know your thoughts down below. I'm going to leave it here. I love this finale. I loved everything about it. It was intense. It was on the edge of your seat. I have so many questions for season 4, yet a few things were actually answered this episode. So, this was fantastic. I loved it. I thought it was great. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinions down below on what you thought of the season finale of From for Season 3. And what did you think of this season overall? We'll definitely revisit this topic. We're going to do some videos about it, so stay tuned for it. But overall, guys, I loved this season. I loved the finale, and I thought this was an absolute just insane ride. I mean, it was absolutely insane. So, post comments down below if you're new to the channel and you enjoy videos like this. Make sure to click to subscribe and tune up to any other videos for From. Be sure to follow me on Dan's Reviews Official on Instagram, guys. And of course, I'll see you guys really soon for more videos for From. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.
Born in the dark alleys, city of concrete. Dan's reviews blowing up, never taste defeat. Walking Dead dissected every plot twist beat. World gone mad, TV junkies need a treat. Typing up scripts, marathon through the night. His opinions hit harder than a street fight scene. Every episode, brain sharper than a knife. He's the beacon of critique, shedding TV light.